Well, good morning and welcome back to Balfour Farm. Today we are all done with our first cutting of hay. We tried a little bit yesterday and there's about two small fields that are left, and they were just saturated. There was standing water everywhere, so we won't be able to cut those this year. It's getting late enough now that there's no way they're going to dry out. But while I have the mower on here, we're going to go along and clip the edge of the road here at the farm and try and keep the grass down along the fence line between the fence and the road. So after we get the side of the road mowed down, what we'll do is we are going to take the mower up and sharpen the blades and get it all set up. And we're going to go try and mow down some of our second cut on one of the other fields here. Alright, so what we're mowing here is it's kind of the roadside. There's a little bit of a ditch there too further up, but we're going to try and knock back. There's a fence line right along here, which you can kind of see. It's that brown stripe going up through. But anyway, we're looking to get all the grass mowed down along the side of the road. Keeps it down along the fence, and then we've got to go up and over the hill. So it's not a long way, but we'll get it done here. Alright, well, we just finished mowing the sides of the road, and while I had the mower on, and before I went and put new blades on, or sharpen the blades, I'm not sure which I'm going to do yet, but to go do the second cutting of hay, I decided to come in here and I'll show you. This is what was an old barnyard. I don't know, it's kind of a hillside here that it was behind there was an old barn at one point up here. And we haven't grazed the cows on it this year. It was, well, you can't really see, but it was full of weeds. Still is. Now they're just mowed weeds. Grazed the cows on this in the past, and I don't think we've grazed them for 2 years now here, so the weeds grew up pretty quick. Last year we had, the town was cleaning out ditches along the road, and they hauled a bunch of fill in and piled it here. So they worked at it, I think, all summer long, so we really couldn't put the cows in here. We had to take down the fence, and they hauled fill in. And then, as you can see behind me here, last winter, I've said it in other videos, but we had a windstorm and it blew that shed over, so it made quite the mess. So today I went in and I mowed all the grass down, and we're going to put some fence up. And I'll put some temporary fence around the shed there so the cows can't get to that. I don't think they would bother it, but you don't want to take any chances. So yeah, we'll get the cows out on this. All right, so we've made about, I think about 5 or 6 passes around this field so far and just got it started. So I'm going to get out and check the mower and see how it's cutting, make sure everything's still, make sure it's all adjusted just right. But looks like it's cutting good, but we'll check it out. So there's a few, oh yeah, see, that's loose. So we're going to this nut here loosens up, then this can turn or spin as we're going around. So that's the big thing. Oops, boy, that makes a lot of noise. That's the big thing to keep an eye on. That actually, that top link adjusts the mower so it sits level, and you can either make the mower tip this way so it's cutting like up at an angle, or you can tip it down so it's actually cutting into the ground. So it adjusts the and you want it kind of level is where it should sit. So what we do is we just pull the grass aside and make sure what's getting left. We could probably lower it just a little bit. We may do that. It's probably a good 3 or 4 inches here that are getting left behind, which isn't terrible, but it would be nice to see it cut a little bit cleaner, or lower rather. So this grass here is second cut, what we call the second cutting. We've come through once, probably, I should have looked it up I guess, but it was probably a month to 6 weeks ago at least that we cut the first cutting of hay off here. With the first cutting you get a lot more volume, not necessarily more quality though. So the second cut, it always looks like you're mowing and there's not a lot here, but a lot of times it's surprising. So you'll mow quite a bit and it adds up a lot. I'll show you what we're looking at. So I'm not sure how clear you can see it here, but this is where, let's see, this is where we've mowed right about along the line, and the grass is probably, well, there's weeds there. That's bed straw, which isn't very good, but there's also plenty of vetch in here, which the cows absolutely love. So this stuff is kind of wiry, but it makes good feed. But the grass is probably a foot tall, and it's thick. So this actually adds up. It doesn't look like a lot, but when you mow it and rake it, it makes quite a bit of feed, and it's quality feed, and that's the most important part of it. So that's what we're looking for, is not necessarily quantity, quality. The more times you mow it, the better the grass gets. So if we were to cut this a third time, which we won't, it would be even better. And the other important part is, not sure how clearly it shows up, but there's a lot of Queen Anne's lace that's coming up, and the more often you mow it, the less weeds you get. So if we can mow all that Queen Anne's lace down that's out there, those white flowers, let's see if I can zoom in. Yeah, you can kind of see up there on the hill. The more often we cut it, it won't go to seed and won't make more weeds. So if we can cut it now, hopefully we get rid of some of it. Boy, there is a ton of it up on that hill. But not much in this side here, which is good. But there's patches of it. The cows won't eat that. So we'll mow it off, bale it up, rake it and bale it. And when we feed it out to the cows in the barn, we actually wind up sweeping it all out of the feed alley, and then throw it in the compost pile, because they will not eat that at all. So we just checked the mower, everything looks good, so we're gonna keep going here. Alright, well, we just finished mowing this field, and there hasn't been a lot to get excited about this year for haying. It's been pretty dismal at the best, but this has been an incredible crop of second cut hay here. It's I wasn't sure when I was first cutting the outside, but the further I get into the field, it got a lot better. So boy, it's windy out too, but yeah, well, I don't know if you can see behind me there, but the windrows are really nice, and there's lots of clover, lots of vetch, and just absolutely beautiful. Anyway, I gotta get home and fix the baler. I'll show you. There was a belt that went bad on it on the last field we were doing, so I got the belt fixed, and need to get home and put that on. So I'm hoping all goes well, tomorrow after milking, we'll get this baled up, raked and baled up, and we'll wrap it tomorrow also. Well, good morning. We're down here getting the cows this morning. It's a bit earlier than we normally start. So last night when I finished putting that belt on the baler, I was greasing it up and taking a good look at it, and turns out there's a bad bearing on the baler. So I do keep a spare one around. Most of the bearings are fairly easy to change. This one, Moose, come here. This one is not. This one's buried in the middle of the baler, so I'd have to disassemble quite a bit of it to get to it, which isn't a problem. It'll probably take one day or so to fix it. The trouble is we only have 2 days. So I mowed that hay yesterday. It's going to be sunny, which it is right now. It's beautiful out. It's a little cold, but yeah, so I'd have today to fix it, and then tomorrow is going to be sunny also. Tomorrow's Thursday, and then Friday it's going to rain for sure. So the problem is if I fix it or try and fix it today and something doesn't go quite right, we'll be right down to the wire. I'm trying to get it. So what I've done is I've called a neighbor, and they're going to come over with their baler. They've offered to come over first thing this morning before they can actually get their hay started. We're gonna rake hay right in front of them and then bale it, and we're going to make baleage out of it, the wrap bale. It'll only take probably 2 hours for them to bale it at the most, probably not even that. And they'll be over here at 9. They should be back home by probably 11 o'clock, just in time to go bale their own hay. So anyway, we're going to push the cows up. I got to get them milked here. Moose, come on, bud. Moose, come on. Well, it's the end of the day now. It's been a productive day. A long day, but a productive day. We got the cows milked and all the chores done this morning, and got that hay raked, and our neighbor came over and baled it, which was really nice of them. There was 24 bales of second cut baleage, which was really nice stuff. So we just finished wrapping it now. It's about 6:30. So started at 3:30 this morning, and we're done for the day, which is nice. So it's a long day, but I'm not complaining. It was sunny all day, and we got some good feed put up. So out here taking a walk with Moose and Massey. What are you doing, Massey? Huh? So this isn't the first time we've had a neighbor come to bail us out and help us at the last moment with hay. This would have, all of this hay that we had down, it wouldn't necessarily have gone to waste. I may have been able to bale it if I could have fixed the baler, but it would have been incredibly stressful trying to fix the baler in such a tight timeline. So we're really fortunate to have a neighbor that would come and help. And this way there's really no pressure to fix the baler. So I have all day tomorrow and all weekend, whatever. There's no hay down, so I don't have to worry about it quite so much. Like I said, this isn't the first time that a neighbor has come to help us out. We had one of the most memorable times was I had 25. Oops, I make a noise. One of the most memorable times was I had 25 acres of dry hay down. Second cut, beautiful stuff. It was ready to bale. There was no rush. It was a whole week of sunny weather, and maybe even more. I can't remember. This was quite a while ago. We were going to square bale it, and I had an old John Deere square baler, and the thing was bulletproof. It worked every time. We had baled with it all season long, and we had that 25 acres down. I raked it and had it ready to go to bale, and I literally pulled into the field and made 2 bales, and something went wrong. So as I started to bale that with that square baler, something, one of the chains was a little bit out, and the timing was off, and anyway, long story short, it self-destructed. The plunger that kind of packs the hay in and makes a bale went through the needles, which are the really important part to which tie the bale off, and anyway, it was destructive, and there was very little left of the baler. In fact, we wound up selling it for scrap after that. But we had all that hay down, and I went to a neighbor that time, a different neighbor. This was out in New York, and he came up with his round baler and round baled all that hay, and saved a ton of feed for us. So it always is nice to have nice neighbors that are willing to come help you out when things break, because they always break. You can't have equipment without them breaking. So we've been really fortunate to have good neighbors that have helped us out when things break down. We do the same. I've lent my mower out to another neighbor when his broke and he needed to cut hay. And then always seems to be the baler is the worst trouble. I've gone and round baled hay for a couple neighbors now. It's been quite a few years, but yeah, so we try and help each other out, and because it can be pretty stressful when you have a lot of hay down and rain is coming and your equipment breaks, or your equipment breaks and it's going to be sunny, and it takes a long time to get parts, which well, that's going to do it for this video. I'm headed back up to the house here with Moose, and we're going to go get some dinner. We've had our walk for the night, so Moose was cooped up in the house all day, so he was eager to go for a walk. But yeah, so that'll do it for this video. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to like and subscribe if you want to see more of what we're doing. Hay season is nearly over. Thankfully. Oh boy, it's been quite the season, but got a little bit more to go, but not much, so maybe a few days at the most, and we will be done, which I'm really looking forward to. But anyway, we'll see you next time. Thanks.